bath properly, you know, because his skin will peel off. And he's some Portuguese cat, proud.
Tragic. I bet he's got blonde hair though.
No, he hasn't, but he's a faggot. He's a proud Jake.
They should read this quickly. It's Ecclesiastes chapter 5 verse 1 says, keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of God, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools, for they consider not that they do evil, man. This guy was talking that shit. No, trying to, you know.
Is he for Jake?
No. You know, he's trying to offend us, man. He don't know what the fuck he's doing is evil, man. And that he's you know, he's getting judged because of what he did. You know, he never considered that when he come up here. You know, but that's the reality of things. That's why it's best not. If you really just don't like us, just move on, man. Don't express that to us. Even thinking it is a sin. Yeah. Even thinking it's gonna get you fucked up, man.
It's better for you to just, you know, I don't know, man.
Ignore us. You know, go on your merry way. Because the angels are sitting there watching all this, man.
Don't even type angry comments on the comment board.
Yeah.
Man.
Dislike.
Yeah,
go on.
Don't touch that dislike button. It's, you know, you can. It just won't turn out well.
The scripture says, I'll bless them and I'll bless thee. Bless them, cursing you. Yeah, that's right.
Back in Matthew 18:7, woe unto the world because of offences, for it must needs be that offences come, but woe to that man by whom the offence cometh.
Yeah, destruction to that man by whom it comes. And that's the terrible what we're dealing with. And that's the thing is all these serious aspects have slowly been bled out of society, man. Who actually, you know, words don't have weight, they don't have meaning anymore. And people don't, there's no consequences to anything. Everyone's out here just, you know, playing around, playing games, talking mess, and no punishments are being laid out. That's why people now it's the words of the Lord. It's a laughing matter. They're like, oh, you still reading that Bible, man? It's 2019. What, 29? You still believe in God? You know, that's the approach. But the thing is you know, you open your eyes. You look around, you see judgments coming to pass. But hey, you know, people don't consider these things. But hey, that's how the world is. Because the thing is, if everyone was considerate, they'll be like, yo, man would do a Nineveh and just be like, no, let's stop. But that's not what the Lord wants. The Lord wants that epic judgment. That's why it's just like Pharaoh had his heart hardened. These people out here had their hearts hardened, man. Their minds have been hardened against the Lord to where, hey, we're out here breaking things down clean. We're you know, prophecies are being explained in high definition. But, you know, for the average Joe, he's just like, nah, I don't see it.
This is Matthew 12:36. But I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment.
Yeah, every idle word, man. See, just so when you dress up as, you know, you're a grown-ass man.
Grown-ass man.
And then you put some women's clothes on the wig.
Like a 50-year-old man, bro.
That shit.
Clearly with mental health issues. People which is demons.
No, it's she.
It's a shame.
It's her.
It's perfectly normal.
But then I guarantee you, man. You know, if you're at home and you need to change some pipe work, man, he can probably.
You got them hands.
You got them hands, man. You got, hey, man.
The muscle definition just comes out.
Hey, funny, man. Like,
went from Jackie's back to Jack.
Yeah. I remember the one time, man. I remember the one time I was at work, man, and then you had this whole bugged out experience, man. You had the guy who was a dude and the dude who was the the guy who was a chick and the chick was a guy in it. So it was basically like a relationship and they swapped genders, right? So I was there and I think they like came there to like get pieces of timber in the store, but the one who was a guy from birth who changed up, he showed where the blah 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 is. I'm like, you fucking weirdos, yo. It's madness, bro. And he was there with fake tits, wearing a jumper. Can you show him where the timber is? I'm like, bro, what the hell
mental health issue.
Mental health.
That's the thing. It's just trying to normalize insanity.
Yeah.
Because for real, it's just like, you know, someone bugged out, man.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
everyone's just trying to make it normal. Like, oh no, that's complete. Yeah, no, that's just, you know, that's just how he feels inside. But then that's where you get them stories of guys where it's like, oh, you know, I thought I was a boy for like 3 years. Then I grew up and realized like that I was just a girl. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. But you know, now it's just gonna be like, oh what? What you're not wearing a dress, Jimmy? Like, chop his dick off now.
So I guess starting with Romans chapter 1, verse 23 says, and change the glory of the uncorruptible God into an image made like to corruptible man, and to the birds and four-footed beasts and creeping things. Wherefore God also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves, who changed the truth of the Most High into a lie, and worshipped and served the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. For this cause God gave them up unto vile affections, for even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. These guys are fighting the natural order the Most High set up, man. The Most High made you a man, and He made you to have sex with fucking women, man, to produce seed, to populate the earth.
It's a biological process.
Yeah, natural biological process the Most High set up, man. That's the order. And you want to fight against this natural order the Most High set up and fuck everything up and cause nothing but the corruption to spread. You're surely going to be destroyed for all that, man. Okay, the Most High ain't going to take pity on you because I felt like a woman from since I was 3. You know, I felt like a girl. The Most High ain't going to take none of that shit, man.
What you should have
I
done.
made you this.
You should have got a fucking exorcism, man.
You know?
Yeah, well, jumped off the
Should have
bridge.
happened, man. You know what I mean?
You think the Most High gonna identify you by your fucking pronouns? You fucking must be out your mind, man. No, you're Derek. I know who you are. You fucker. You're a perish.
And in school, you won the 100 meters.
This is your life.
Well, there was some stories coming out, them were just saying like, oh, I'm a woman, so they could break all the records in like on female sprints.
Yeah.
I'm like, y'all have bugged out your minds. Like, what that? Like, what that? And you just go, yeah. Like niggas like 6'7", sprinting just like this, and the girls are just like,
Hey man, even the one time I saw some competition, man, you had women who could get some weights and powerlifts, right? And then they was competing with the tranny, and the tranny like absolutely smashed the record, yeah, like on a ridiculous kind of level, and she was all like, yeah, I'm so glad we were crying for the award. Like, no, mate, you're a grown man.
you just said he couldn't cut it.
Like you weren't expected to win. Like it's some great feat you had
He just
to
went
do.
there, you know, picked it up.
A man looked down upon that. What the fuck is that?
The
20k.
bet,
Like, what's it?
the bet was out on that, man. I mean, if he was to put odds on it,
Yeah, the odds is good.
odds were shit.
You ain't
He
gonna
wouldn't
make
bet.
money. You losing money on that bet.
There's a lot of money.
Yeah, I got some. 1 Corinthians 3.
That's discrimination right there.
Oh, even in South Africa. But that hermaphrodite, which was born with both.
Oh yeah.
And that bitch, she got like unlimited amount of tea to the point where they actually tried to ban her from competing. What the hell?
Oh yeah, that woman. Yeah.
Yeah, from competing because she had just had too much tea, bro. You know?
The thing
Check
is,
those chromosomes, man.
it's just like it's a thing that can be observed
She was born
with common sense.
Yeah, but the chromosomes still say different.
Yeah.
That's why even the pronouns thing exists.
Yeah, it's dramatic.
What? Like, since the beginning of time, it's been observable that you just say like, oh, okay, you know, that's a man or that's a woman, and then you refer to them as a man or as a woman. But now because reality is being bent to where a grown man's looking around and is going to proclaim it's a woman. Now you've got to declare, oh, wait, no, sorry, I look like a man. I genetically and biologically am a man, but you should call me she. You should call me she. That's just, bro. What? Like that's insanity.
Yeah, this whole world is completely adverse to the natural ordinance of things, which is set up by the Heavenly Father, man. And everything runs in the spirit. And it all comes from the order, man, and the laws, statutes and commandments. But here it is, there's totally opposite, like even with like seed itself down to fruit and vegetables, man. They you know, they want to make everything seedless, like they're just completely get against the ordinance.
They're killing the seed of the fruit, they're killing the seed of men, they're just killing all the seeds. You know what I mean?
Remove it.
1 Corinthians 3 and 18. Let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool that he may be wise. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness for the Most High. And that's as simple as it is. Esau, you know, the thing is Esau provides all kinds of elaborate explanations, you know, genetic and hormone placements, and this, that, and just, you know, that since the age of blood, all that bullshit, just to explain some nonsense, something that don't make no sense.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with like women being over men. It's I think some women talked earlier today, and the way they were talking about, you know, it's basically women have no discernment skills by which to choose a mate. This is why, since time immemorial, you know, the father has basically been the matchmaker. The father's been matchmakers, because they'll be like, look, I'm gonna kind of look for the kind of guy that's actually gonna look after my daughter, or he's gonna bring something he's bringing something to the table.
To the family line, yeah.
Women are, you know, they've got they'll go for whatever. It's on all by, you know, all that mushy feelings inside, man. So then, because of that, the discernment don't exist, man. Like it says in the scriptures, man. Wisdom given to the women, man. So they ain't got the capabilities to actually discern. Like, okay, you know, if I want a guy that's gonna do what kind of traits or characteristics should I look for? They don't know.
They're all pricks. They're all pricks.
All that comes out.
You know?
But that's the wisdom of the world. When you go back to the scriptures, it's plain. It's the women. You won't give her no autonomy to make them decisions, man.
She's not known as a good decision maker, man. And we read it earlier back in the other cat, man. Through Eve came sin, you know, because she thought it was okay to accept, you know, the serpent and to pass that to Adam, man, and it weren't, and it fucked everything up. But a woman still goes around with her head up here, thinking that she's the shit, that she knows best. She don't know shit.
The number one quote of a woman is, "Women are awesome." No, they're not.
Women are always right. No, they ain't.
Yeah, this is Romans 11:33. Oh, the depth of the riches. I'll read it again. Oh, the depth of the riches, both of wisdom and knowledge of God. How unsearchable are his judgments and his ways past finding out. So like the brother just read, man, the wisdom of this world is foolishness. But then you've got the depth of the riches of the scriptures, man. And the scriptures also says we know in part, man. So that just shows you when we speak about things, we only touch the surface of how deep this truth goes, man. All right, but we know as much as what's necessary for our salvation, which is righteousness, man. All right, but people go out of that ordinance and want to follow the ordinance of the world. All right.
Well, even if you've got the scriptures, it gives you the guidelines for how to operate as a functional human being. It gives you the systems and guidelines by which to live a righteous life. So it's everyone's just tossing that out the window, because no one out here is dealing with righteousness. No one there is trying to live. They just try. Everyone thinks they're a good person. The thing is people will be saying, "Oh, I'm a good person," and then they're thinking about, man, but I suck this guy up at work. My husband doesn't know about it. I'm a good person. I try and do my best. I recycle. Nigga, please, man. Some kid's gonna be like, he stole some shit from school, or he stole some shit from some other kid's bag. He's like, I'm a good boy. No, everyone thinks they're good, but you gotta go down to the guidelines, man.
What is it? They got a very shallow stipulation of what good is, man.
Yeah.
Or they ain't murdered nobody. They don't steal some, most of the time. And they're not pedophiles. So that automatically means they're good.
They're a good person.
I'm
like, nigga, please.
You can't help if he was born a paedophile.
Yeah. That's the narrative.
you were speeding in a school area around 3 o'clock, man, when all the kids were running out. But you were a good person.
I was going to add to what the brother's saying. Man. So basically, the way of this world is everything's cute, especially for women. That's a heavy point, man. Especially for women, transgression is cute, man. All right, look, they can do the most heinous crime, as the scripture says. She wipe her mouth, say she ain't done nothing wrong, man. All right, that she can do the most dirtiest, filthiest acts and abominable work, or even transgress against her husband, her father, or even the law itself in general. And she acts like she ain't done nothing wrong. And all she will do is, as long as she can convince her peers and people her friends list that you're the devil, that's all she cares about.
She just got to convince herself. The thing with women is women are weak. They can't actually face. The thing is to actually deal with yourself doing vile, disgusting acts and trying to, and trying to rectify that. That takes a certain amount of time. That takes a certain amount of character, man. For you to analyze your own shortcomings and then try and correct them, that takes courage, man. That takes willing to be able to deny yourself. Women are lack of capability, man. That's a big part in why they'll just be like, you know what? The only way for me to continue operating as a human being is for me to just completely categorically deny that I did this act and then pretend it didn't happen. You got something?
Yeah.
You got.
This is Job 9:24.
Well, because fucking what, bruv, Eve, what? She actually destroyed the natural order. Like, if you actually consider the absolute scale of that sin, like she just destroyed the entire order of the universe. Like, you crumbled a law of the universe. Are you proud of yourself?
Well, the scripture says, listen to your husbands at home. Going back to Eve, she wanted to listen to the Lamb serpent.
This is Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covers the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
The wicked's been given the world, and covering the face of the judges as well is also like the truth that those judges were espousing. That's you're not hearing that in the world anymore, man. Even when you go back to when Jake was had like the Roman Catholic Church and all those other denominations, even that Christianity which was off, even they still had certain basic guidelines of conduct. But now that's been thrown out, and it's even to the scale where like the Roman Catholic Church is a bastion of unrighteousness, man. All that paedophilic homosexuality you got going on in every, all you're hearing about in the Vatican is scandal after scandal. Oh yeah, I was raped when I was like an altar boy. Man told me to sit on his lap and wipe my willy off.
Yeah, not only that, they would drop them off to different people's houses and pick them up after a couple of days.
Yeah, just be like, you're sitting around with Tim. Yeah. These guys are like 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. Like, what the hell? Like, what kind of grown man is out there desiring some small boy?
Oh yeah. I remember a couple years ago, man. You had them 2 kids come out on video and was basically exposing like pedophilia in England.
Oh, McDonald's and people in higher ranks and that.
Yeah, and then you know what she was saying? She was saying basically like at like her primary school on like a Wednesday, it was like a Catholic primary school. On like a Wednesday, all the parents would come off to school and bang the youths out, man. And then it was so fun, man. I saw some kid.
It's like all of them here. A lot of them in the schools are private schools. They'll have like all the go on trips.
Yeah.
Then like when they're away from their parents, then they're just
getting pimped out. Next
man are just coming through. I'll take them to a hotel, or just being like, okay, look, come down the hallway with me. Like what these it's institutional.
Yeah.
These are whole systems set. And the thing is all this comes from Esau. Because you go, where does that love of small boys? What does it go back to? That sex magic, man.
Yeah.
Basically, that small boy's butthole. That's the the gateway to high ranks of power on the left hand side.
I have Horus, you know. The actual eye of Horus, he actually goes back to battle over a youth, man. Good boy.
You got Job 9:24 still.
Yeah, I'll read it
It's
again.
beautiful.
This is Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
So the authorities that be are evidently demonic, man. It's evident that they're demonic, because how the hell did all these people of low decree come into all that authority, get positions as judges, lawyers, doctors, heavy high degrees in terms of university and so forth, high level educations, and to enter every faction of society to build a system and the communication between a whole group of people that are pedophiles and child molesters. Showing you that the authorities are demonic and they're the wicked, man.
I have a precept.
This kingdom's wicked.
This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 10 and 1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered.
Yeah, so they have the ability to stop. They have the ability to put things into place. So these people, no matter, it's always coming out. It's been like 20 years, 30 years that these things have been going on. Not yesterday or today, you know, long periods of time. But these people are able to put a stop to it because they have the power to do so. But the point is, this place is demonic. It's set up that way. Go ahead, speak on it.
And it says, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of the man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein.
It's top down, man.
Yeah.
It's top down. A lot of things in society are top down. Because even the thing with like
Ecclesiasticus chapter
with
10.
women being over men, that's something that's mandated by society, man. It's artificially produced. Because the thing is with women and men, it's like a lot of women, bro, you talk to women, they don't know what the hell they're doing on the planet Earth, man. They're struggling to exist. They get more. Some of the shit that, like, it's funny, some of the shit that I just kind of just take on the chin and you just deal with them and charge through as a man. You see women just kind of floundering and just like, it might, something you just be like, oh, it's fucked up, you know, still gotta do it. They'll be like 3 weeks of them just like, oh, lamenting in the bed before they can face whatever they need to do. And that just shows that, like, they're just not built for certain things. And the thing is that's the same thing with men. Is men are just built to do certain things. They're meant to lead. They're meant to be at the top. They're meant to have a hunger to succeed.
Vision.
Vision. But these are things that Esau intentionally will cut out of men and basically try and put them into that feminine mold, man.
Emasculate.
Because that emasculation, what does it do? It makes it easier for people to be controlled. You got women in charge that don't know what the hell they're just not built for that. They're just kind of messing around.
It's good there for good time.
Yeah,
That's it.
they're just, and the thing is, yeah, that's the thing. It's like women enjoy the goodly, pleasant things in life. So how are they gonna get them goodly, pleasant things, man? If they're gonna have to have to work for it, and they're gonna have to find some geezer to work to make them work for those things.
So their body.
Yeah.
And that's why you got all these women out there doing all this bullshit to them. You know, there's thousands of women just out there showing themselves off and do that kind of shit just to get ahead of people.
Just to get a slice of the pie, man.
Hey, right now, you got an article on RT talking about in the UK. I think they went to some sort of headquarters and they basically blew up a gigantic blow-up nipple that looked like resembled an actual nipple. And the reason why they were doing it was because something to do with breast cancer was censoring the nipples on certain images or pictures or videos. And they don't want them to censor the nipple. It's like, what other things is there to protest about in the world? Out of all the things in the world to protest about, you want the nipple to be shown that deep. And you're going to make a blow-up, a blimp of a nipple.
The thing is, as well, it's like, when you do it in England, it's like, Gianna moving around with her tits out anyway, man. Ain't even a thing.
This is Numbers chapter 30 and 8. But if her husband disallowed her on the day that he heard it, then he shall make her vow which she vowed, and that which she uttered with her lips, wherewith she bound her soul of none effect, and the Lord shall forgive her.
Yeah, so basically the men have the thing is as far as from what the Lord set up, the Lord gave men authority over women in totality.
Totalitarian.
And that's just the natural righteous order. And the thing is it's evident. You see, women have got you go to them single mother households, man. I was watching something earlier in the week. It said like the most stressed women on the planet Earth are women that are single mothers, man. I'm like, that's because you're basically taking on a job which you have no business doing. Like women, a single mother, she's thinking like, oh, I gotta work, I gotta do this, I gotta support my own dams. And the thing is, that's a lie as well, because that whole archetype, that shit don't exist. These single mothers that you see, they're all just, bruv, the way they deal with their youths, I'm like, what the hell's wrong with you, man? They're all stressed.
Yeah, I see one outside promo the other week.
Shit, bruv, bruv, you see that? Don't on that fucking. I'm like, bruv, I've been on the train like 2 or 3 times in the last 2 weeks. I've just seen like some youth just running around, just kind of like crawling up and down. He's like, get on the track. I'm like, what? I'm like, do y'all don't know how to discipline a child? I'm like, do you know how to get a child to do what you want? You don't, man. You're just not built for it, man.
A lot of the time.
This is why you're meant to have a male and the man and the woman. She's meant to apply the tenderness and care. And the man applies the discipline, man, the firmness. Especially with young boys. Them young boys are boisterous as hell, man. You be like, oh, you want to rough and tumble? Look, man. Then you just powerbomb the little nigga onto a bed. Yeah.
Yeah, but because of the ordinance of how Esau's kingdom works, even if there is a man in the house, he's gagged. Because as soon as he disciplines the child, the woman acts up, leave my child alone. As soon as he lays down authority or puts base in his ways, he's liable to get arrested and put in a jail cell for overnight. So no matter which way you toss it, this kingdom is just completely free, man. There's nothing you can really do. Another thing is, the children often are directly copying the behavior of their mothers because whoever's around them the most. All right. So when they see their mothers, the mothers always communicating to them by shouting and screaming at them. Oi, damn it, hey! You know, shouting at fucking fuck, you know. Acting like a nigger. You even see one video online about a mum talking to probably about a 5-year-old as if it's a nigger on road. You know what I mean? So the point is, when those kids communicate to other male figures, their mum has taught them not to respect them, that men ain't shit. They haven't taught them nothing positive about them, or male. So therefore, and all their relationship mishaps, they make their children feel the relationship between them and another man. They make the children a part of that relationship. So your relationship with your dad is separate to your relationship with your partner. Do you know what I'm saying? So then they try and amalgamate relationships and make adult problems children's problems. Is what I'm trying to say. And that fucks up the heads of the kids.
Yeah, it's basically this, and the thing is as well, is the root of it really is Esau. This is the other thing. All this shit is Esau's fault. Because who really looks like, man? Who's the one who destroyed the black nuclear family? It was Esau. It was done intentionally, and it succeeded spectacularly. It still succeeds to this day, man. That welfare state is still the black father, man. The substitute for the black father is still the welfare state to this day. Black women ain't out there thinking like, no, we need to bring these black men home. We need to support and nurture and have these black men and make sure they stay. No, they ain't talking about that. Niggas ain't shit.
Sure.
You got more?
I got a precept.
God.
This is Proverbs 23 and 13. Withhold not correction from the child, for if thou beatest him with the rod, he shall not die.
Well, the thing is as well is the balance of that is like, because a lot of these single mums, you see them just slapping up the youths for nothing. The thing is as well, when you do it with youth, that's That's a fucking child, man. They don't know shit. Their head is actually empty. They're a blank slate. The nigger is gonna